Welcome to another edition of the Mexican Soccer Show. It's not Monday Night Football. It's Wednesday Night Football. Let's have the right ring to it. Thursday night,
sure it's
Tuesday.
Thursday?
It's
There you
Thursday.
go.
It's Thursday.
There you go.
We don't even know what the right day it is. This is so out of it. It's Friday. It's craziness. I'm so out of it because it's not Monday. Anyways, here we go.
It's already
Monday
Christmas.
night. Tuesday night, Wednesday, it doesn't matter. Mexican Soccer Show is out. Christmas it's coming in 2 days, and we're talking about the final. That's what's happening today. So, welcome to our edition of the Mexican Soccer Show. I am your host. There I am, Wiso Vasquez. A little bit different today since it's not Monday. A special episode because we have a final, America versus Tigres. We'll talk all about that. Just a short show. We want to welcome everybody that's on the chat already that are listening to us. Apologies for not having a show on Monday. A lot of people traveling. It kind of gets hard during the holidays. For example, Tom Marshall is I think he's in Portugal yesterday. Naib is flying to Houston. And Johnny's nowhere to be seen after the Club World Cup. I have no idea where he's at. I messaged him. But nevertheless, we have a show. We're talking a little bit about what is going on with Liga MX and La Final that's coming up in a couple of hours. Saying hello to our guest, Mr. Jason Marquez, from Soccer Mexicana, Mr. Cesar Hernandez, and our very special Azteca Amy. We talk Amy Lopez from here, the Mexican Soccer Show, our intern, and Food Mex Nation, who does an amazing job. And you've been on this show before, Amy, but let's start with you. How's it going?
It's going good. I'm a little upset nobody else wore a Santa Claus hat. And
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of messed up on that.
Guys.
Was it really a memo? Or do you...
No, there wasn't.
Okay, because I keep saying you're upset that nobody wore it, but you never.
I thought she mentioned.
But I posted. Yes, I posted it on Twitter, and you guys are
okay
on Twitter. You know what I noticed? Everybody's always on Twitter until I post something. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Nobody wants to talk to me. Fine.
All right, maybe we should unblock Amy. What do you think? Okay, just kidding, Amy. Cesar, how's it going, sir?
Yeah, here, good. Feel bad that I don't have my Santa hat. Actually, it is within I think I can kind of see it. And I was telling you, usually around this time of year, I am kind of walk around town with my Santa hat. But I don't know why this year. Maybe I just, for whatever reason, just 2016 is a little bit of a letdown. So I just not feeling as festive as I am used to. But at least, hopefully we'll get at least a really good Liga MX final.
You get a consensus, and I don't think people feel Christmassy. I don't know what it is. Could be something that just happened earlier that messed everybody up. And
all right. In all honesty, I only have this hat because somebody else gave it to me. I didn't go out and buy it myself. So yeah. Okay.
Right.
It's fine.
Oh man.
I don't think I've ever purchased a Santa hat. Jason, how's it going, sir?
It's going well. I have Christmas lights back here, and there's some sort of a wreathy
I see.
Oh, okay, yeah. See,
Jason's.
I see the Christmas lights.
So
by
I mean,
by the drink.
ambiance here, and it's very Christmas spirit. So
it's an A for effort from Jason.
Got it.
thank you.
Got it. All right.
I'll take it.
All right, guys. So let's jump right into it. Univision is having the final. But nobody, if you haven't heard yet, it's at 8 p.m. My time, 9 p.m. Pacific.
Wait, no, 7 p.m. Pacific. 7 p.m. Pacific.
7 p.m. Pacific. 10
The game
p.m.
starts in 56 minutes.
56 minutes. All right, 56 minutes. So hopefully you're watching us live and you're able to get at least our preview. I'm sure there's a lot of other shows, but you're here. You're watching us, so we appreciate it. So let's get right into it. Before we talk about the final, a little bit about the Club World Cup. We had a good 10-minute discussion about how pointless the tournament is. Jason, everyone agreed except for me. I'm like, hey, we need this kind of tournament, but a little bit of a letdown. Once again, I was so excited. You know what? It is Real Madrid, and I knew they have a better team, but I'm not even an Americanista, but I'm just kind of like, all right, maybe you can squeeze by a win. Maybe it could be some kind of surprise. But, of course, it feels like Real Madrid goes, all right, it's the end of the half. Now let's do something. Bam, score. All right, take it easy. Okay, it's the end of the game. Let's do something else. 2-0. The game comes out 2-0, and La Volpe saying it wasn't fair. They want Real Madrid in the final. Just like any other tournament, you want the best to make it to the final. I do have to say that, even though when Nacional and America did play, I don't think that it should be an automatic, the South American team gets to go to the semifinal right away. Somehow that should be changed. But other than that, I know you guys kind of like a meh.
Yeah.
You all watched it. You stayed up.
I mean, a little disclaimer from my part. I didn't watch. I watched the first 2 matches, but I didn't watch the third place match between America and Atlético Nacional. Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't either. I know a lot of us were on Twitter like early up on the 15th watching the Real Madrid game, but for the Atlético Nacional match,
I did watch the penalty kicks. I watched it again, but live I watched the penalty kicks. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, they're going to penalty kick. Let's see what happens.
But I feel like, at the least, I feel like a third place finish would have been decent for them. But I mean, to only go through, and I know I'm not saying they should have beat Real Madrid.
Everybody keeps talking about that third place. Saprissa, I think Necaxa.
Yeah.
Oh, we got third place. I mean, it would have been huge.
But then once again, what's the difference between third place and fourth place at the Club World Cup? You know,
well, Nacional beat America, and therefore they're the better team and the better conference supposedly. But give it up for the Jason's already laughing. Jason's.
Are we really gonna be holding that? Is that gonna be like the rule? Be like, well, remember in December.
So like
when America lost Nacional,
the Asian Federation is the second best by this logic.
No, but at least the representative beat the best. I know it's not a perfect tournament. I'm not saying that, and there's no way to put rankings. Obviously, we're not going to say that the second best club in the world is the Japanese team. No, but at least in this type of tournament of the confederations that came and CONCACAF, CONMEBOL, all of them, in this type of tournament. Japanese got second, which is good. They actually did a pretty good job. They almost had Real Madrid if it wasn't for, obviously Real doing what they do best, scoring last, very last in the last minute. But I got to make sure that at least give them kudos. Amy, you're an Americanista. I mean, you're watching the game. You're, at least with a ton of coffee, you stayed up. Would you at least content the fact that, hey, they did a lot better than the last 4 or 5 different teams that went to the Club World Cup? At least they made it to that third place game.
Yeah, and then I think a lot of people mentioned this as they were watching it because, there was a lot of live tweets and things like that. It was like they didn't do terrible during the first half. I mean, we were all kind of surprised when Real Madrid managed to get that goal in like almost, I think it was like the 46th minute or something. It was like really late into the first half. So they weren't doing that bad. And a lot of people said this too, myself included. It was like America was almost so surprised by the opportunities they were getting during the first half that by the time they got into the 18-yard box, they were like, whoa, wait, we have a chance to score. No, mess up, guys, mess up. Like they were trying to sabotage themselves.
No, yeah, that's definitely a good point. Is that America was I think they exceeded expectations a little bit. And
oh my gosh, we have a wide open net. Let's go.
This pass went through. No way.
I said that a lot. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, I could not believe that America was playing there. It's like, oh my
gosh, if that first goal didn't go through from Real Madrid late into the first half, who knows what that match would have ended up like? I mean, it's just that's a likely result right there.
All right, well, and we talk a little bit about the Club World Cup because obviously the Club World Cup team was playing. Now, I said this way before the Club World Cup started. Did it benefit them playing those games coming in, or did it hurt them?
I think it helped them. I think because when I was watching the game, I was like, well, if they can kind of play at this level against Real Madrid, and maybe a lot of people thought, well, Real Madrid wasn't playing their best, or maybe they were just like taking it easy, and then they were like, oh, okay, now we're going to score a goal or something. That I kind of understand, but they played decently well. And if they were playing that way against Real Madrid, and the amount of conditioning that they've had compared to Tigres, I don't think they should have that big of a problem playing tonight. I think they should come out a little bit more confident. They've had a little bit more time to play as opposed to Tigres. So I think it's definitely, hopefully they come out with more confidence. I think Cesar mentioned this in the article that they recently posted, that maybe they're going to be a little discouraged because they ended up with a 4th place finish, but I think they might even just come out with a little bit more confidence. They're like, well, we're conditioned, we feel a little bit good. I think they should come out in a positive light rather than think, well, we just finished losing in the Club World Cup. They should focus on the final, and I think if they come out with more confidence, it should come out to be a good game.
It seems like the general consensus, or at least from what a lot of people are saying, is just what you were just saying, that because Tigres had too long of a break, that it's going to maybe be a little bit awkward to jump into this Liga MX final, and that America, they're playing against decent competition, and they'll be able to jump into this match. But I don't know why. I feel like the fact that America had to play 5 games in the first 17 days of December, and the fact that perhaps they didn't exceed expectations of the Club World Cup, and the fact that they've been playing a lot recently, I feel like they had to make that trip to Japan and back. I feel like that could be more detrimental than people think it actually is. I think that, I don't know, that maybe it'll be a little bit hard, a little bit to really motivate themselves, as I like mentioned that one article. I don't know, when you look at someone like Moises Munoz, who knows that, I mean, I know he's a huge hardcore Americanista, and you can see that he wears his like heart in his sleeve when he's playing, but I don't know, he's going to be going out soon. He's been playing a lot recently. I think that the busy schedule for them this month might be more difficult than people make it out to be. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of a wash. I mean, I think you can see both sides of it. Yeah. I mean, you look at Tigres, I mean, yes, they've had the time off, but I mean, ideally what they're doing is only focusing on this match, on America and their competition and what's coming up, whereas America are facing Real Madrid and then Atletico Nacional. So, I mean, you know, they're only focused on this one thing, and you think like, okay, they're implementing new things, but then, you know, some set piece wrinkles, some new formation to address America. But I mean, then you look at, well, it's Tuca Ferretti, and there's probably not going to be a whole lot of interesting new wrinkles coming from Tigres in this final. But they did play a friendly against, I think it was Veracruz or something like that. So I mean, it's not the same, but I mean, they also didn't fly around the world. So for me, it's kind of a wash.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm going to bring this up. I don't understand. Oh, Tigres has this long of a break. It wasn't that long. You mentioned international breaks. Clubs go, you know, they play on a Friday, and then they have an international break the next week, and they don't come back till the following week and play another game. It's exactly what happened in Tigres. This whole long, process. I don't believe it's really gonna hurt a team. You just keep going, and it happens all the time. Every month with FIFA dates, club take 2 weeks to come back. So I don't see that long of a break being such an excuse. I think Tigres is exactly what Jason said. It's focused on one team to do something different, to look at it. La Volpe had to look at the formation, against the first Korean team, then had to prepare for Real Madrid, then had to prepare for Nacional, and finally coming back, it's like, all right, let's prepare for Tigres. I think that's, preparing for it. I think it's fine. Professional athletes do it all the time. You look at the NFL, 2 weeks they have before the Super Bowl. It's not like, oh no, they're going to be out of rhythm, or it's been 2 weeks of a vacation before, that player. And I'm not comparing both sports, but I don't think that rest of it. And we're going to see it tonight. We'll see. We'll obviously see how it goes. Let's talk about what we're going to see tonight. Jason, give us a little preview on what we're going to see, especially from I don't think that there's more La Volpismo. I don't see that La Volpe play style anymore. But at least on Tuca, since everyone's expecting the same Tuca. But what can we see specifically on tactics-wise?
I think you have kind of like an onus on both teams. You kind of make the argument that both teams want to get out there and gain that advantage in this first leg. America, so much pressure, hosting the first leg, going to El Volcán for the second. I think there's a lot of pressure on them to come out and score. So you could see them really pushing for the goals early, but at the same time, it's not what's got them here to this point. I mean, they've been very defensive, and it's worked out pretty well for them. So, I think it's just going to be I could see a really even match, and just kind of one of those who could take their chances kind of thing. I know it's really cliche, but like it's going to be a tight affair between these two teams.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be really close. Like, I don't know, it's obviously Tuca. He's kind of a practical, very organized kind of style of coach. So he's not going to be gunning out there to get the, like a huge amount of goals. He'll be happy stealing possession and be, taking over the match. But I mean, La Volpe isn't exactly the most attack-minded guy in recent months either. I feel like America has either been getting a lot of draws, or they've been sneaking past with narrow victories. So I think it's going to be, I don't think there are going to be a lot of goals, to be honest, unless if there's a red, or unless if there's like there's something drastic that happens. But just I don't think we're going to see a lot of goals in this final series. I think it's going to be not to already state my prediction, but I think it's going to be I guess I'm about to say it. Doesn't matter.
No, don't say it yet.
Don't say it yet. Okay. I'm not going to say it yet. I just think it's going to be. I think it's going to be really, really close. I think it's going to be really, really close match.
Amy, what do you expect from your America? By the way, did you paint that dresser to be that weird green America shirt that they have going on? Is that
no? That's an IKEA original.
Because doesn't it look like that shirt?
I guess it's my kid's drawer. I didn't.
No, I'm just saying. You put one of those. Yeah. I'm gonna find that shirt. It's like a weird green. Go ahead. While I find the shirt, tell us what you expect tonight.
Oh,
Amy?
I think her internet went out.
Amy's like, you know what? I don't like this comment. I'm out.
Well, there have been a lot of problems with those IKEA drawers recently. So maybe not like one over.
It
could have toppled over and knocked over her laptop. So that's what my guess. That's probably what happened.
Amy, hopefully, will join us back.
So for me, I think for America, I don't really buy into the they need the result tonight because they can't go to El Volcan and get the result. I think there's that perception out there that they really need the result tonight. I don't really see that true. I mean, I think we've seen recently in finals that the second legs could just have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Home field advantage doesn't mean a whole lot when we're in the second leg of a final. And as much as El Volcan is one of the toughest places for visiting teams to come to and play, I don't think America's the type of team that is going to be intimidated in that kind of situation and going to wilt in a difficult environment like that. So, I mean, for me, it's really 180 minutes. You know, I mean, I think these are a continuation. I don't really see a need for either team to have this giant result tonight. Obviously, it's going to help because it's going to be the first 90 minutes, but I don't think it's a big deal. We have no away goals, nothing like that. I mean, it really comes down to 180 minutes, who can get the best of it. And like I could see either team winning in either place because I think it is pretty close.
Yeah.
Amy, are you back?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We can
got
hear you.
Yeah.
You can't see me. Oh, there you go. I think so. Okay, I'm back.
There we go.
All right, there we go. Amy, before you,
I think Wiso did that on purpose.
Didn't laugh at my joke, eh? Click.
Your thoughts.
I think I think the way America plays in general, I mean, not just this season, but just in general, it can go one or two ways. It can go like Caesar said, they can just tie and just keep it really, really calm for the first leg, or they can try to dominate and try to score as many goals as they can in the first. Is that okay? That's the jersey he was talking about. But I think it could either go one or two ways. Either they keep it consistent. They just try to make sure that they're okay for the first leg, or they try to score as many as possible during the first game.
Sorry, it is totally the exact same color. Look at that.
I guess I don't.
Yeah.
I never.
All right, sorry about that. My mind's everywhere. All right. My prediction, I think it's going to be a boring game, 0-0. I think that's just my prediction. I'm not expecting a lot from La Volpe's team that has just traveled. Tuca's going to keep it safe and obviously end it, which is, bit him in the butt before, but end it in El Volcan. Not that many goals scored. If a 0-0, 1-1, that's it. And obviously expect some kind of controversy with the refs because it's America and it's, it's a final, so you're going to have that. But we'll see how that goes. I think overall, we won't go into who wins all of it. But let's do that right now before we end because it's almost time.
Wait. I want to ask Caesar because I already asked Wiso and he hurt my feelings, but it's all good. Caesar, who do you think is gonna win between me and Jason?
Well, people, hold on, Amy. You can't just stage it like that.
I can see.
Mexican soccer.
It's called a teaser before you get to the main story. It's a teaser. See,
I'm playing Amy tonight.
We would have been like after the break, like that.
No, what I'm saying is that people don't know what you're talking about. There's a quiniela going on in the Mexican soccer show, and Amy wants to be all sly that she got to the final, and she's like, "Who's gonna win?" So yes, Amy made it and beat out. I won't say beat out, but made it to the finals of our quiniela.
Don't say beat out because that involves me hurting Naive, and I don't like.
You beat Naive.
I just feel bad. Like it feels gross. Like I had to beat Naive. Like I would have rather beat.
Wow, this is how you boast. These Americanistas love to it's so bad. Anyway, so Amy made it to the final of our quiniela, and it's Amy versus Jason. Whoever wins this,
the one seed.
Whoever wins this host the Mexican soccer show for
the next year. So that's it. That's it. So. Amy, what seed were you?
I was like, I wasn't last. I don't think I was last.
Oh, no, Tom was last. Tom was last.
Yeah,
but that's because he missed a week, but it would have been.
Yeah, that's because he missed a week. Yeah. No, Caesar and I would have been tied for last, I think. Because Caesar had a good momentum going. The only thing that, first of all, let's not focus on me sliding my way through. Like, Jason always wins. That's just not fair.
I thought that there was some
Good.
sort of conspiracy that just like Jason was like sneaking
Funny how
some money or
Amy
just
take-
like.
Funny how
Anyway.
Amy like has a spreadsheet and she's been taking care of this whole quiniela, and it's her and Jason that make it to the final.
Yeah, I know, right? I think hashtag.
And by the way,
hashtag rigged, man.
anyway, all right. So yes, it's Amy and Jason, and I guess this is it. Comes for bragging rights, and who knows? It's kind of like Club World Cup, Jason. Whoever wins,
It's exactly like that.
It's whoever wins can say they're the most knowledgeable football of the year, because this is the tournament, right? And
definitive proof right here.
Definitive proof right here. I got kicked out. I mean, Naive beat me by a coin toss. But sorry, a name drop, because we're tied in everything. So that was the. But anyways, all right. So go ahead. I said, because Amy, what's your prediction, by the way, on the whole thing? You just want America winning and then Jason Tigres winning, or did you guys have goals and all that stuff?
No, we just had it
out. Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, if he had picked America too, we've had to do a score thing, but
yeah, but he didn't. All right.
Yeah.
So Cesar, your question now. Amy, go ahead. Your question to Cesar.
Yeah. Cesar, who knows nothing about soccer, and he was out in the first round or something. I don't know. I forget. It's embarrassing. Anywho, sorry.
Caesar, my feelings involved in this, just take that into account.
Oh God.
Who do you go for, Jason or me?
Not who you think's going to win tonight.
I'll say, can I not reference
or the finals? It's about Amy and Jason only.
Yeah.
Well, that's just, okay. Who do you think's gonna win it? Do you think Tigres is gonna win it, or do you think America's gonna win it?
I think it is most definitely going to be Tigres. Actually,
Sorry,
that has nothing to do with either one of you.
It has everything to do with all.
This is completely personal, Susan.
Hashtag. So everyone here, Cesar, Jason, and I both think Tigres are gonna win it. America.
You know what? I'm partially in charge of the social media account. I'm gonna make a poll right now. Who thinks is gonna win? And we'll see.
I bet you that people will say Tigres wins. I guarantee you.
So then I'll make another pool of who's gonna win.
So that way I can say I know that people on Twitter are better in 2016 than Amy.
It wouldn't be the first time a woman with experience loses an election.
Don't bring that up.
I actually kind of like the fact that she brought that up. All right, let's go into this into detail.
That's not even true. Experience. I have more experience. That's not even factual. You're just throwing out. That's like a fake news story you're about to write.
Pretty typical of you, chauvinistic weasel. Oh my God.
Man, you call me weasel for nothing. All right, guys. Whoever's watching this is like, can you guys get on with the show?
Yeah.
I'm having with Tom and
Hey, so I wrote down some notes here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read them to you.
Go for it.
So for me, I think it's really close. Like I could see this going either way. I think Tigres is going to come out with a win overall, and I think they'll probably get the win tonight. I see like win Tigres tonight, draw in the second leg. So like a 1 goal like overall aggregate victory for Tigres, but I think it's going to be close. It could go either way for me. It was a tough pick, but for me, the keys would be for America, seeing the William Da Silva that we saw in the earlier rounds. I think it's going to be really important for America in this match, that midfield, controlling the ball, because I think Tigres can really pressure them with the defensive pressure. So controlling the ball, Da Silva having a good game, Sambuesa being himself again and distributing and avoiding the cards. I think it's going to be pretty important for both teams, really, because we saw the messy red card final between these two teams before. So avoiding the cards is going to be important. Sambuesa, Da Silva, I see being essential for America and having those good games. And Sambuesa being important is pretty obvious. I realize that. But huge. And I think on the other side for Tigres, Sosa being in top four, because I could see America really slowing down Gignac. I think they had the defense to do that. But I think Sosa and his kind of streaking, being in the right position, finding those long-range shots could be really important for Tigres. So I could see him being key for a Tigres victory.
Yeah, I think the key player for me for America is actually Moises Munoz. I think that he's going to be facing some dangerous opportunities from Tigres. I mean, if you're looking at just man for man, like from both the rosters, Tigres are the ones who are better in the attack. They're the ones going to be testing the net more often. More than likely than not, they're going to be the ones who are going to be doing that. I think if America wants to surpass Tigres, if they want to sneak past Tigres, they need to not only do well defensively, but someone like Munoz is going to have to be near perfect, near just immaculate, back there in net. So I think that's the key player for me is Moises Munoz for America. And of course for Tigres, I mean, you can't help but just see, it's just Gignac who, for whatever reason, that hypnotism really worked for him. So we'll see if he has some sort of, let's see what his new celebration is going to be in his next goal, which seems inevitable now since he has 5 in the playoffs. So
I can't believe everyone's jumping on this hypnotism that worked and all this stuff. Like now it's everywhere in Mexico. Chicharito needs a hypnotist. I'm like, can you believe? Like people are talking about hypnotism. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Dude, that John Milton guy is loving it though. Have you seen him? He's everywhere. His Twitter account's probably like huge now. And just
I'm just saying. I'm like, wow. People like now it's a serious thing. Maybe the solution for someone not scoring is to get a hypnotist. Wow. All right, guys. Well, it's almost the 30-minute mark. We said we keep it short. That's our preview. Amy keeps it with America winning it all. Before we leave, it'd be huge for either coach to win, right? I mean, obviously Tuca for finally solidifying in probably the best manager in Mexico in a very, very long time.
Overall,
best title. I mean, let's just say that. I mean, it'd be huge for him. Especially coming 2015, what he did with La Selección and coming back and now having the team out, obviously the team that he has and what he's worked for and everything. And then on the other side, La Volpe winning, finally a title for this, a recent title for him.
First title since like 1733 or something like that.
Something that he hasn't done. When La Volpe was there, I'm like, what has La Volpe done since, Mexico 2005, 2006? Nothing for the last 11 years. So it'd be huge for both if they win. If I had to go with who would I like to see that win, just so it could be just dramatic, I would like to see La Volpe win the title, bring that back and see where that goes. I think if he doesn't, well, 2018 his contract at least is till next year, Tuca. But for you guys, who it's more of a personal question. Who would you like as here you go? He just handed to you. Who deserves this win? Not deserves, but I guess. I don't know what the word is, but at least I at least think, like I said, La Volpe, just because I seen Tuca win. Just here you go, La Volpe. Thanks for being part of the Mexican football for a very long time. But for you guys,
I think I would like to see Tuca win it. I think that I would like to see someone who has stuck around for so long in Liga MX, which just I know he's coached various clubs in the past, but just with one club, which is he stuck with such a long time to get another title, and to just kind of like. Congratulate not only just Tuca, but the organization for actually sticking through with one coach. Let him actually have some sort of style and an identity, and let's give him another title. I like that. As much as it would be nice to see La Volpe win a league title, the first league title since, I forget, the 1990, what was that, 93, 94? I forget.
Two, I think.
Two, back. But like, as nice as it would be for him to get a title, I think just I don't know, congratulate that Tuca who's just, been with Tigres for so long. And actually, as opposed to every other coach who seems to spend about 6 months, with Liga MX club. So,
and just coming off of that, I mean, he even just said when he was the interim coach for Mexico, like, I'm only going to do it for X amount of games so he could go back to his club. So if you're saying deserves, I guess Tigres deserves it more. Do I want America to win? Yes. But I think if you're saying the word deserves, I do think Tigres deserves it more, but I would still like to see America win.
Shame.
I mean, these are two teams we expected. I mean, like these two teams, along with Pachuca, the teams we expected to be here, I think, more than anyone else. I mean, if you're picking teams at the beginning of the season, teams who are likely to be in the final, you start with Pachuca, you start with America, you say Tigres, probably say Monterrey too. But so I mean, like who deserves this? I mean, neither team being here is a big surprise. They both had solid enough seasons, so I mean, it could go either way, and I think either one would be a deserving champion. Although one is going to make me sick. And one will be fine.
All right, guys. Well, that is our preview final. We'll have a quick reaction, kind of wrap everything up for the end of the year next week. We're not sure if it's going to be on a Monday because it's a 26. People are either flying back, trying to get everybody together might be a little hard, but we'll definitely do that before the end of the year. I want to thank Mr. Jason, Cesar, and Amy. We give her a hard time, but she's done a ton of work and just an amazing job here at the Mexican Soccer Show as our intern. But all of you guys also, thanks for joining us. And the final is in 30 minutes. If we don't obviously get to talk to you guys, and we don't, but have a wonderful holidays. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. For those of you that go all crazy on the 24th, like my family does, and just relax on the 25th, or open presents in the morning on the 25th.
Who opens presents on the 25th? That's weird.
Jason.
People do.
What if I do?
On the 21st or the 25th?
The kids will be doing it on the 25th. Yeah.
Oh, see, I was gonna say white people, but then I was like, Jason's there, so I'll just say Jason.
Hey, I'm just filling that stereotype. What do you want?
Oh man. That's funny when stories about Christmas is on the 25th. But yeah, so Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you before the new year. But really appreciate you guys jumping on. See what happens. Hopefully, it's a good final. And that's it, guys. Amy, you can close us off since you had the honor of being on the show today.
Me? Okay. Thank you guys for having me on the show. I was only kidding, Jason. I hope you don't. Okay, I was only kidding. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it. Blurbs. Brain fart. Okay, but thank you guys for having me on the show. I hope I didn't bore you or annoy you guys too much. So thanks, and I hope you have a happy holiday too, and enjoy the game in 28 minutes. Okay, bye guys.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. See you next week. Adios.